We are the blooming buds who seek your blessings. Love of learning instilled from your grace. You are the mentors of the broken minds, 'cause you love to see us smile.
Mary McAndrew is an Emeritus Professor in the Department of Educational Administration and Foundations at the University of Montreal and acted as the Rector, Special Advisor on Equity, Diversity and Inclusion from 2018 to 2020.
This is very critical time for you all, that how our content should be there, whether contents are having diversity part, whether it is having involvement, interaction, groups with the different diversity.
At that time, we were almost discussing to develop a research project, but then I got called by my vice chancellor for 2 years on a very, very demanding agenda. That's what I will be talking a little bit this afternoon about our university policy on diversity, which is different from tomorrow discussing about classrooms and what happens at the classroom or school level. But so I got busy, and after COVID came, as we all know, and later on I was pretty occupied with other things. But now I really feel that it's a good time maybe to try to develop more and see what can be done in conjunction. But I'm a little sad that I'm giving 2 lectures and that we don't have really time to know about your university more. So I'll try to make the lecture not too long so that you can bring your thing and make it in a more exchange way.
Yes, we're having a small beginning, right? So, with that small beginning, we're having out here to extend our thanks and regards to none other than Professor Mary.
That from that day, I became a great fan of yours, ma'am. So, and most importantly, the way she, introduced me as a Indian student, I can give you assurance. I feel so proud of my country, because as a because I actually came from a very.
They also have a gender, they also have a class social, they may have a disability. So you can never really look at the ethnocultural diversity as this person is the example, a person is always complex. That's important to remind. First, let's look at higher education institutions as places for teaching and learning. This is our main mandate, although we also workplace and research and everything. One big challenge, I would say, is what is the proper balance between specific programs and mainstreaming? Often when we have diversity, we think about, we'll set a special program aside. We'll do some ethnic studies, tribal studies, or we will teach special program for those groups. And it is not necessarily not to be done, but the problem of those specific programs is that they tend to perpetuate. And at one time, you have to think about when I'm going to be mainstreaming. So there's not a simple answer. You always have to ask yourself, I'm doing it now. Like in my university, if I give an example, we have a specific program for a school teacher from the tribal community, in which we allow them to do the program in 6 years instead of 4 years. Because most of them are women, they're 29, 30. Sometimes they already have children that they say, they've been grandmothers sometime at that time. And by the time they go back to university. So this is an accommodation. It's a good accommodation. But at the same time, you don't wish that all native youngsters feel that they need to have 6 years to do a program of 4 years.
Maybe it is examination, pressure of examination, or it is, whatever it is, fear or parental pressure.
Everybody has to have at least 2 types of evaluation. So you cannot have a course that is only evaluated on only quantitative. So you have to have, for example, one could be write an assignment, the other one could be work in a group, produce something. So at a minimum we need 2, and often we have 3, because students, when they're like you, when we present the syllabus, we speak, they don't ask any question, then they get at the end and it's written how will be the evaluation, then they have a lot of questions, they raise their hand.
Yeah. Given these constraints, how can we ensure inclusivity in a classroom where students having different talent students from different categories are there. So how can we ensure that practically I'm speaking?
And you can have a variety of example. So I'm going to take a very stupid example, very simple example. Let's say your students are coming back from Christmas, from vacation, summer vacation. I agree with you that when you in the classroom in the city, if you have people from 5, 6, 7 different communities.
Do you think, ma'am, inclusive education helps to develop the socialization process? Because we found that in a society, lots of culture, racism, and different issues are there.
If inclusive education means I'm going to explain how to make a list of recipe about what is a Chinese person, what is a Vietnamese person, what is an Indian person, then I may reinforce prejudice. Same thing as I mentioned, it's good that if people have, you can have caucus of different origin, but if you need some overarching sense of identity. So it's, in India, it seems like a banality, but unity in diversity is still your motto.
And the only price you pay is a heart full of tears. When times are sometimes